Guys, I apologize in advance for the sun and the shadows and whatever, but this is the time that I have to do my video, and I'm on a lovely drive, Clarence Drive for that matter, in South Africa, and I couldn't not do it now. So let's have the bakkie discussion, shall we? So I realized that things have moved away from just a bakkie being a workhorse, and now it's all about the leisure vehicle. And let's be frank, the image and status. Because most people driving a bakkie have no need for a bakkie. I say most. There are people who do, and I'm not talking about the people on farms and stuff like them, obviously, but like the people in the city. Cool if you're using that load bay. Otherwise, you're just driving a tractor, really, is what you're driving. That's what I feel like I'm driving. Most of the time I'm driving a bakkie. But I realize that a bakkie I'm not the target audience for a bakkie, really. But I say this because they're not actually practical in any way unless you're using that load bay. Because unless you have a cover on there, which can be pricey, etc., you can't keep anything there. Okay, we live in South Africa, it gets stolen. So like a pram, for instance, now I know my mom and all of that jazz, so like cool, that's going to be my reference nowadays. But now if I put a pram in there, I'm going to take it out every time I get back from anywhere, and then I'm going to remember to put it back in there when I'm going somewhere. I've got to worry that someone's going to nick it out the bloody back when I'm at a traffic light. If I do grocery shopping, it goes into the back and rolls. Now I've got to climb into the load bay and get my groceries. Ugh. The interior is fine, there's space enough and whatever, but if you've got people in there or baby seats and do you know what I mean, there's no space in there. So I would not call this like a family car, which is what it's so often kind of put out to be. I realize that the sun's like, does that help? Not really. But it needs to be like one parent car, and then the other parent must have another car, because crikey Moses. But speaking of bakkies and their leisure vibes and everything, you know, they're flippin' expensive nowadays. Like I had the Amarok 3 litre 190 kilo. What did I have? I had the Amarok 3 litre 190 kilowatt, guys. Anyways, I didn't have it to do a review on this, but I did a review on Gumtree, so you can check it on there if you want to. And that's close to R1 million. And if you ask Mercedes-Benz how their X-Class did, coming in close to that as well, not very well, okay? You shouldn't be spending that on a bakkie. It's just, you shouldn't be, I don't think. I think it's absurd. But anyways, Ford, cleverly, has gone, okay, so some of you want a bakkie, but you can't afford like the Raptor or the Wildtrak or the whatever the others are, do you know what I mean? Not Ranger, but competitors, you know? So here's an option. You can get what is usually sort of a more workhorsey one, but we'll put a sport pack on it for 16,500 Rand, and you can feel like you're in a nicer bakkie, but maybe with a more affordable price tag of around 560,000 Rand, okay? Which I think is a very clever marketing idea. I think you're going to have a lot of people. I worry about like the real bakkie, diehard bakkie fans, like they're going to be like, no, because they want the top of the range bakkie. But for those who can't afford it, it is a clever move. Oh, pedestrian crossing. Off you go, Tanny. Gaan. Go. Pleasure. But hustle. Knees to chest. Knees to chest. Guys, if someone lets you across a road, which actually wasn't a pedestrian crossing, run. There's a funny smell here. Well, because I've made everything about me right now, it's only fair that I should have a song about me. Love struck Romeo, sing the streets of serenade. You and me, babe, how about it? Juliet, woo-hoo-hoo, the dice was loaded from the start. So what this has, that sport pack, it's got sort of a crow, no it doesn't have, it's got like a gloss black grill bumpery thing, this sport bar, and a few other little details just to make it look kind of snazz. Interior, like I think it's actually fine in here. I think it's got everything you need. It looks good. I can't find a temperature gauge. That bothers me. But you see, these are little things that I think, because I'm in this Ranger, I expect it to have certain things and it doesn't have them. But I've got to remember the price range that we're at. And also what really does piss me off though is the fact that it doesn't have sensors. All bakkies should have bloody sensors. To park this thing in the city is a bloody nightmare. And I keep forgetting that it doesn't have sensors, and I'm like, whoa, that was close. Shit. And I just think at this price range, and if you're going to market this now as like to the people who want a more leisure vehicle, put sensors in it. Do it. So yeah, look, and I've had my vent about bakkies. It's very personal, obviously, but I'm sorry, as a motoring journalist, I'm telling you, if you're buying a car, think of your needs, think of your requirements. If they extend to having a bakkie, then good on you. But I can almost guarantee that most of the time they won't. So maybe think that through. Look at me being all arrogant, like I know what I'm talking about. But I do. Okay. Vent over. Juliet.
In 500 meters, turn right.
Jesus, okay. Juliet.
Turn right.
Okay.